If the first few hours of Ancestors: The Humankind Odyssey taught me anything, it's the fact that humanity exists at all is basically a miracle. The third-person survival game from Panache Digital Games is set 10 million years ago as you attempt to guide a clan of apes through survival in prehistoric Africa. The goal is to live long enough to pass knowledge down the generational line and recreate our evolution as a species. That's a hell of a premise, and I was ready to birth civilization into existence as we know it. Fast forward to me 45 minutes into my playthrough, and the last fertile ape in my community has just bled to death in a soft bed of leaves, signaling the inevitable extinction of the clan and, with it, I guess, the human race? Sorry, everybody. Thankfully, Ancestors isn't all broken legs, poisonous berries, rampaging warthogs, mind-bending venomous snake bites, skull-crushing giant birds, and starvation. I had learned some stuff in the opening hour, which made my next attempted playthrough much more successful. And that's really the message of Ancestors. Learn, grow, pass down that knowledge. Ancestors is an intriguing mixture of raw survival and community shaping that I found fascinating. As an ape, you'll flex your budding intelligence to scan the forests for points of interest and investigate them. Food, locations, dangers, and more. But you'll also rely on those bestial heightened senses to listen to the sounds of the environment, pinpointing threats or lost clan members or outsiders. Similarly, much of the game is about that organic, natural progression through foraging, making discoveries and building a catalog of things you know about. The other side of the progression happens in an almost sterile, microscopic view of the neurons growing and firing in your ape's brain, building pathways to new unlockable skills. As you explore and make discoveries, climbing, leaping, and swinging through the forest canopies, creating bonds with other apes through grooming and bringing in outsiders to bolster your community, you'll unlock your potential and more abilities. For example, one of the first abilities is switching hands with a held object. That seems like a shockingly low rung on the evolutionary ladder, I know, but it's not. Upon these tiny foundations of success, you evolve. That dry branch you're carrying around can now be shifted to your left hand, suddenly allowing you to alter it. So you strip off the leaves and now you've got a dry stick, a tool. But what can you do with it? Counterattack animals, pry up heavy rocks, maybe poke termite mounds? I don't know yet, but I know it does something. Through trial and error, you can uncover more and more, and that's how Ancestors has hooked me. There's a really engaging level of discovery and experimentation in Ancestors. With each new neural unlock, you can affect the world around you, allowing you to do a little more. And if you take care of your community, you can pass this knowledge on to the next generation and jump forward through time. After a little over 2 hours playing, I have more questions than when I started. What was that giant meteor that exploded overhead? I can see the smoke off in the distance from here. How do I conquer my fear when I stray too far from my camp and forage into those other coastal, savanna, and swamp biomes that I know are out there? How in the hell am I supposed to survive against that? But let's start small. What happens when I bang two rocks together? We'll take it from there. Ancestors: The Humankind Odyssey is due out in 2019 on Xbox One, PS4, and PC. For more, you can check out some raw gameplay right now. And for everything else, keep it right here on IGN.